And welcome to exercise 45, trim. This particular exercise will require an auxiliary model, and that model is called trim split. So first things first is we need to toggle the gumball off. In my case, it's already off, so I'm going to proceed. Now we're going to make a window, a zoom window, around the horizontal and vertical lines on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, and then full screen that. Now we're going to commence with the command trim. So there's two ways you can find this command. You can either go to the top menu and select trim, or of course you can type in trim into the command bar. So for the cutting object, select each of the vertical lines on the ends. This one and this one. And then press enter when done. Now select the objects to trim. And in this instance, we're going to select each of the horizontal lines at the left and right ends. And I'm just going to make a window selection to grab all four of those lines at once. And this is what your final result should look like. Now we're going to move on with trimming surfaces. So let's go ahead and go back to our four viewports. And now let's full screen the perspective viewport. And let's go ahead and practice trimming with these two forms over here. Now they seem a bit convoluted in my instance, so and this is because they're in wireframe. So I'm going to go ahead and change the viewport style to shaded. There we go. Now I have a much better idea of what's going on in the screen. I can clearly see that I have an undulating surface and a sphere. So now go ahead and get the trim command going one more time. And for the cutting objects, select the undulating surface and then enter when done. And then for the object to trim, pick the right side of the sphere, like so. The sphere has now been trimmed to the surface. And that concludes exercise 45.